Let's see if I'm live.
It should pop up on here,
If it's live.
and then you press go live on Instagram. So it's not gonna be there yet, but okay. So now it's there.
Okay.
And then you'd have to press go live here and do it in a third party way.
Just go ahead. I'll go ahead and press go live.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
It should be
And
working.
that's going to stay on as a pop-up screen.
Yeah, you can just tab out of it though. You just leave it open. And so.
And then I need to hang on a second. Got one person here, probably me. Yeah. So yeah, look. So but that's on was. So where's my Instagram feed?
Your chat?
Yeah.
Or click on chat right here. I'll comment something on the stream and I'll see if it pops up.
Okay. But I still don't show live here, man.
Refresh, maybe.
Here we go.
I'll comment something on the stream and I'll see if it pops up.
Okay. Oh, I'm on. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. If anybody's watching this, you got any questions, let me know. Primary, no one's way, sent by real. Okay. And Walker. Oh, live. All right. It shows live there. It shows live there, but only there. Like if you click on it, just not.
Click on the profile picture. That's really weird. I think it's just glitching out on your phone, but
maybe
you're definitely live because on my phone I can.
Yeah, I see it. Just not on mine since I'm logged in. Guys, we're testing Restream. If anybody's listening to this, we're testing Restream currently on Instagram, YouTube. I'm Nolan Walker. I own multiple companies: roofing webmasters, plumbing webmasters, HVAC webmasters, data pens, and this is my personal entrepreneurial business channel. If anybody has questions, feel free to ask questions. So, but on here, I'm only seeing right here that. So I don't see where, anybody live participants unless there's you see where do I have to go over here to this?
I think that might be what you have to do.
Okay, fine. It's fine.
And also it looks like you can have an overlay or someone says something.
Okay. I'm a business guy. I've been in business decades. I own multiple businesses. If you've got questions about getting into business, I don't really care what they are. I'm happy to answer them. Out of Fort Worth, Texas, by the way, I'm the owner of Roofing Webmasters, Plumbing Webmasters, HVAC Webmasters, Data Pens, and this is my personal channel for an entrepreneur. So if you got questions, want to get in business, have questions about business, don't really care what it is, be happy to answer questions. Personally, I'm synergizing my brand through my companies with a personal brand. Yeah. And we're testing Stream, by the way, Restream, which is simultaneously putting me out. We're currently on YouTube and Instagram for these. So part of this is testing out a product called Restream so that we can hook into TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of it at the same time. Any other questions that you had, Evan, as we're messing with it? Oh, so how could I start my own business? I tell you what, so I'm 51. I started pushing a lawnmower. I would say that you would, take actionable steps. I'd start you with positive mental clarity on it. So, thoughts are things, think and grow rich. You've heard those statements before. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I would start with positive narratives, and I would work on a positive affirmation. A lot of us have self-hate and negative narratives in our head. I would start with a positive narrative, and I'd visualize that daily. to help fortify my brain that you can do something, you can get it going. I think that not more than 150 years ago, we were all business people. 95% we were at least farmers. How many equities can you diversify?
I would not read that.
Yeah, I didn't read the rest of it. Yeah, that's rude, man. It's kind of rude, but okay. And I'm not an equities guy anyway, nor the other kind of guy that you might have had there. Yeah, I don't sell an online course at the moment. We have digital marketing agencies. I'm the owner of Roofing Webmasters, Plumbing Webmasters, HVAC Webmasters, and DataPens map ranking app. I have some real estate. This is pretty free advice without much of an ulterior motive. I will tell you guys, I'm working on my personal brand as far as synergizing a personal brand to businesses, something I probably should have done and all of us should have done a long time ago. As far as the person that is asking about funny stuff, it's not a Twitch stream, Maine, whatever your name is. But yeah, so as far as starting your own business, again, back to that, do small steps and just kind of get started. I would tell you also on starting your own business, start with some marketing. As you can see, I'm very focused on marketing. So if you're uncomfortable about stuff, fortify your brain with some positive thoughts about yourself and what you're going to do. And if you haven't started yet and you don't know what to do, I would absolutely go forward and do some marketing effort. So you're not making money yet. You haven't invested a lot of money. Overhead is low, even if you have money to put in, and you started some effort for synergizing a brand. I don't care if it's social media, a .com, a website, some organic optimization, and you do your best to begin that process. Any other legitimate questions in here? Let's see here.
That's a lot more viewers than you thought.
Yeah, I came to trolls. Staying for good advice. Well, I appreciate that, man. I'm okay for the laugh. I don't really care. I tell you, at 51, had a lot of stuff happen over the years. Dealt with hundreds of employees, all kinds of nasty stuff, good stuff, bad stuff, everything in between. Had people slash a tire, ding my car, key my car. Had an ex-employee crap on the front doorstep one time of an office we were in. Disgruntled, probably drunk, and dropped a big turd right on the front door. So kind of been there, done that. And I started out painting curbs and mowing lawns, kicked out of my house by a stepdad. Oh, good. Plumbing. I'm reading it quietly after Mad Maine loaded some choice words in one of them. So give me just a second. Okay, yeah, SEO, man, shoot. Plumbing, absolutely. You can find me under Plumbing Webmasters. I'll give you some Google organic advice and some digital marketing advice right now. Love this kind of stuff. As far as the plumbing company is concerned, I'm going to give you like a quick on it. For one thing, you are a digital brand. As far as Google's concerned, they're going to pick up signals of even something like I'm doing now connected to the brand, which is, by the way, why I'm doing this. Now, this is a secondary step. If you're providing a primary service in a market and you're a plumber, roofer, HVAC, any type of home service, you're going to want to have a website connected to your Google business profile, get verified. And most people put up a bad website and spam it, or a bad website and do nothing and just get Google reviews. So your digital branded signaling is very one-sided back to Google, and you probably don't deserve to show up and ranking very well because of that. There's a lot of people vying for it. We have podcasts we do about this. Google is the big show. That is the big show. Your phone will ring daily. Somebody asked a question, said they're a dispatcher at a plumbing company. We have a very great name, and their opinion being named after, in terms of it being named after region. So let's talk about being named after the region. It's a horrible name. I hate to tell you this. So I am the owner of multiple digital marketing agencies. I've been in business a long time. I used to be a contractor. I know I don't give those vibes off, but I absolutely was. I pushed a lawnmower, painted curbs, rode a Hard Knocks all the way up, but nothing really mattered besides a lead. So you see me marketing right now, and I'm marketing focused first. By the way, that person earlier that asked about a business, you think marketing leads sales first. There is nothing without a lead to a sale to resources. That's cash. You need money, then you get good service and everything else. So let's talk about being named after a region. It's not a brand. So I'm in Dallas. If I'm Dallas Plumbing Company, horrible name. If I'm in North Texas Plumbing Company, nah. And I'll give you a way to fix that. I'm not necessarily going to tell you on this plumbing company to change the name. I'd have to see more about it to tell whether I'd want to do this or not. But with this plumbing company, I might add comma LLC to it, just to legitimize it that, hey, Google, I'm so sorry. We didn't need to P-word stuff a name inside the Google business profile. We're a real company, comma LLC. So old school deal would be to spam Google and put up a general regional name, the city and plumber or whatever. And it's not a good brand. A brand is Nolan Walker. A brand is Plumbing Webmasters. A brand is Data Pens. A brand is some obscure last name with plumbing. That's a brand. Google needs to be able to parcel that information and say, that's Data Pens. That's Nolan Walker. I got a signal coming in. We know it's him, not, God's gift to coaching or whatever, it's got to be distinct. But if you already have tenure in the market, it's called EEAT, Experience, Expertise, Authority, and Trust with Google. You don't want to just go ripping that brand down. I'm not telling you to do that. It can be like chopping an arm off. But if you'll synergize it a little bit, start putting in proper digital branded signaling, more than just reviews. Most people trying to game the search engine. Here's one more thing for you on this, and I'll answer any other questions. I know a lot about marketing stuff and a little bit about real estate, a little bit about hiring good people and hard knocks and all that stuff. But take this brand and give them more than one signal. Legitimize the name of that company if you can. Don't dismantle it if it's not working. If it isn't working, it's been up a year, you're limping and hurting, rip that Band-Aid, change that name, get a real brand. I'm not going to give you legal advice, but you can go into USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office, and you can go on there and look and see if anybody has a trademark on that name. So don't go picking something, and be sure not to pick something with a similar name right in your region within, I'm going to say 2 or 3, 4 hours. I don't want Google getting confused with your brand when they do see signals coming in. Google's a big show, reviews, website, legitimacy. You're writing content and signals for the user, not to game Google. In case y'all don't know, 96.55% of pages written on the internet never get viewed because everybody's trying to trick Google. You want legitimate digital brand signaling going through to them, and then they get the brand. They feel comfortable with your experience, expertise, authority, and trust, AKA SEO, or that's your digital branded signaling, and that will get you up in ranking. And it's a little bit of a mouthful, but if you'll just try, nobody else tries that much. 95% of people don't try. Plumbers don't try. You can get up in ranking. Don't let me discourage you. A little bit of information there on it. Any other questions about anything at all? Like I said, somebody said, what is this? It's pretty legitimate advice. I don't have anything to sell you guys. I have a long-term plan. I'm going to get my digital brand going. Any of you guys know that y'all should be doing the same thing. There's this movement in society. We all feel it, right? You can feel you need to do it. One of my big deals is not being a poser, a faker. I don't want to feel like a douche. I don't want to feel bad. So I try to be myself, and it allows me to get on here at 51. I feel like don't try to sound like a radio announcer like somebody else. Reselling company, so reselling, think of a reselling company. What do you mean reselling company? Can you start in a company and a type of business in your business? I don't know what you mean by reselling a company. You mean like listing one for sale with a business broker or something like that? I'm not a massive fan when people start talking about selling a business, selling a company. Very few people do that successfully. If you're trying to sell a business, I would recommend first dialing in marketing, increasing revenue. You want to go up and out with a bang. Most people talking about selling a business are failing, hurting, not doing a good job. And I'm not picking on you for that. I'm just telling you tough love stuff. If you're thinking of selling a business, probably because things aren't going well, I would commit to helping society, help and be of a service. Resell them on. Okay, my bad, man. I don't have a ton of knowledge on this one. So resellers on eBay and things like that, I don't have. I like it. At home businesses, not a lot of overhead and expense. I like the idea of it, man. Just not my bag of tricks. On a bunch of different sites. Yeah. So when we deal with websites, I'm kind of a purist. I'm not a black hatter or a gray hatter. I deliver positive digital brands to signaling to Google and Bing and ChatGPT. And when I do digital marketing in that world, we're doing one thing at a time. So I'm not as familiar with like hooking up e-commerce or a bunch of different sites at one time. I wish I could help you with that. But if somebody comes to me for a personal brand or a service brand, we just do one site. We don't trick them. And I don't know if that's even what you meant. You might have just meant Amazon, eBay, et cetera, different sales sites. So either one of those is not my bag of tricks, man. Yeah, but I do like the idea of doing something like this. Is starting a business, moving forward, positivity, give it a shot. You're probably not going to lose money trying to sell something on eBay. I wouldn't think. Any other questions, guys? So I will tell you something else too. You constantly try and move forward. If I ever find myself falling behind, Evan's over here. You see a mic. We're in a podcast room. I do marketing for people. I do a lot of Google. I was about to call it old school. Old school, like paper, yellow pages, billboards, radio, TV, and then we do a ton with Google, which mainly fits a lot of service businesses. It's hard to monetize for most of those guys on social media, YouTube Shorts, all that kind of stuff. It's a different format. It hasn't hit mainstream yet, but we hadn't done much. I take massive action. As long as I'm in the game, I go hard. And so here's my personal brand. And again, y'all can find me under a lot of different things like roofing webmasters, plumbing webmasters, data pens. I do a little bit of real estate, dabble in that stuff, dabble in lifestyle philosophy, my trade on stuff. Any other questions from anybody, man? Anybody's got any questions? I'll be happy to do my best job to answer them. I'd love to hear from the guy that was talking about the plumbing stuff. You can tell me the name of the company if you want, and I'll render more opinion on it. I'll render opinion based upon what I think Google will think about it. But plumbing, any questions in general on stuff? I'm an old school entrepreneur from Texas. I think I'm a good one for people to listen to, frankly. Too many posers, fakers, people trying to dig in all y'all's pocketbooks, ulterior motives and propaganda. Everybody's got something to say, but everybody wants to peel some money off of you. I got nothing to sell you today. Nothing at all. Just knowledge if anybody wants to hear it. Guys, any other questions? We just limped on here. I'm glad I got some questions out of the way, but I'm trying out Restream and limping on some live. So I plan on doing this a little bit more. But if anybody listening right now wants to hear anything, ask me, because I'm gonna sign off if not. Hit this again next time around. Yeah, I'll tell you my start. I'll be happy to answer that question. I thought I was going to get a silver spoon, and go to a local college. I don't know how old you are, Success 08, but I was going to get an Eddie Bauer edition Bronco, date cheerleaders, and drink beer. That was the big plan. My dad was a CPA. Parents got divorced. Stepdad kicked me out. So I think a lot of entrepreneurs, it wasn't any stroke of genius. I wish I could tell you it was. I was on my own. I bought a lawnmower. I barely lived, 16, man. That's awesome. So I've got a boy that's 15. He hears this nonstop, whether he likes to hear it or not. If you've got a cushy life, I'd encourage you to treat things with urgency. You're young right now, but there's stuff you can do at 16. I won't mention her name, but I've got a 17-year-old daughter making $100,000 a year, doing some social media stuff. Pretty cool. So at 16, you can do stuff that I never could do, man. Like we had to mow lawns, paint curbs, weed eat. It was rough compared to what you guys do. You could live stream Roblox. You could go on and do all kinds of gaming streaming. My boy's about to try that. He's 15. I think it's awesome. Get approval, get your parents to help you out. There's so many opportunities that you guys have. Y'all can white label products, you can sell and get an account going. You could be an influencer at 16. You could talk to your audience, make an audience, start a brand. If I had to give you there's an obvious thing going on right now for personal brand. I'm on here I'm throwing my hand in, get in where I fit in. At 16, I'd start something, and I wouldn't stress about it too much. You're going to have a hard time dealing with the emotional nature of all of it starting out. You're going to be worried about what people think about you. People care, but they're more involved in themselves. There's some hate when you're teenagers and worried about stuff, but mainly people, man, you'll be worse off if you don't try. What's the quote that everybody likes? Ralph Waldo Emerson. Most people live a life of quiet regret. So 16-year-old, go for some dreams, man. It's nice. I've done a lot of cool stuff. I guess I'm a 1%er. I've lived in Hawaii for 3 years of my life, off and on. I do stuff. I work hard, but do some dreams, 16-year-old man. Go for some stuff. Don't sell out. Make good grades. Get into good college if you want, but don't sell out your whole life to sitting around on somebody else's dream. That's one of my best suggestions for you. But you're young, but life's short, bro. It goes by. It goes by. Any other questions? I like the 16-year-old. Good for you. My kids are all entrepreneurs, all of them. Nothing wrong with going. I got one going to college. I got one going for money. I don't know what the third one's going to do yet. He's 15. I'm not against college, but my kids will, I promise you, their entrepreneurial mindset. Absolutely. Other questions, guys? Asking a self-proclaimed OG. I'll answer them for you. Any other questions? Anybody?
Looks like we could wrap it up. Everyone's kind of.
All right, guys. If anybody's left listening, I enjoyed it. I'll be back again.